Good afternoon and many thanks for getting in touch. My name is Edgar Wafula. I am a team member of Bidvest, which shall be presenting in this particular organization. I am going to do a demystification of our program admission, and thereafter I'll be able to get to answer some questions in regards to the same. Well, I'll do an introduction of the same. Our Bidvest is a social service institution. I refer to the institution approved under the Social Assistance Act number 24 of January 2013 by the laws of the Republic of Kenya. Our primary responsibility is to provide social service, that is a social venture leadership program, the sustainable development and redress of human needs. Briefly on the admission at the program, on receipt of the application, an authorizing officer at the institution shall satisfy itself that the applicant has furnished all the required information, and on so being satisfied, register the applicant as a client by granting him or her a reference number certificate in the respect of such registration, provided that the authorizing officer may, for reasons to be recorded in writing and communicated to the applicant, refuse to grant registration to him or her if it is certified that he or she does not fulfill the conditions specified. Where the authorized officer thinks it necessary or expedient to do so in the general public interest, he or she may by order prohibit any such client from joining the program if such client is not in conformity with the prescribed joining regulations, or if it's likely to promote on grounds of religion, race, language, caste or community, or any other ground whatsoever, disharmony or feelings of enmity, hatred or ill will between different religious, racial, linguistic or religious groups or castes or communities, or which is likely to disturb public tranquility. It should be noted that the provisions of this agreement shall be in addition to and not in derogation of any other stipulation of the institution's articles of association. I'm much excited to be steering the committee in charge at this institution and the one that is responsible to formulate all the reference number patterns, and as such, the reference number guidelines are as follows. The preamble. The institution has salient features of entry eligibility criteria, basic conditions, obligations, and procedures of obtaining client requirements in regards to reference number. The technical parameters and metrics used. The reference number is granted to clients who satisfy eligibility criteria. Reference number will not be issued in form of numbers and letter, forming an alphanumeric algorithm ranging from 7 to 10 in total. The reference number is a one-off code and not changeable. The reference number is not transferable. Applicant may not be permitted two or more than one reference number. Though the reference number will be operational in the course of tenure clientelism, such code will be, amongst other assets of the institution, be subject to the condition that if any authorized officer needs to regulate and monitor, the client will have the authority and will have to adhere to the norms, rules, and regulations prescribed by such authority. The institution reserves the right to take over the entire reference number, revoke, terminate, suspend it in the interest of the institution, security, or in the event of low intensity conflict or similar types of situations. It should be noted that the institution reserves the right to modify at any time the terms and conditions if it is necessary to do so in the interest of the general institutions, public, or for proper conduct of services, or for the security considerations. Lastly, the institution may revoke the reference number of a client at any time in the institution's interest or for breach of any terms and condition of the client by giving a notice of 15 days. Notwithstanding anything contained elsewhere, the institution's decision shall be final and conclusive. That is briefly about the admission processes, the joining of the programs that include the venture leadership programs, and I am much excited to underscore and note that the application forms are given and are issued in this format. So the moment this application form is received on our end, number one step, as I said in my introduction, is that on receipt of this particular application form, I'm going to certify it that all the information has been provided, including all the requisite documents, all the attachments made, and relevant information provided as stipulated in the annexes and the schedule thereof. Thereafter, all the perusals will be made, signatures and signing of the terms and conditions by the respective person will also have to be adhered. So, as I said in my introduction preamble, is that on receipt of this particular information, the first thing is to check if all the processes have been met, including the requisite documents, in addition to the entire application form. Thank you very much for listening, and I wish you a peaceful and prosperous deliberation. Bye bye.